That's how I'm going to get there. It's not some narcissistic, egotistical, I'm going to change the world. It's we're going to change the world. And I said, but Mom, my whole life, all I wanted to do was provide for you.
That's right.
The way you provide for me. And the good people, they give 100% of what they have. The more you give, the more you're given. Now, my 100% becomes 99% of what it used to be. Find the light, the love, and the lessons of what we're given, but receive it all. So ask for even more. And so when everyone else is going 98, 97, 96, you're going 101, 102, 104, 108, 1016. We're not capable of. So what happens? People quit. And so I'm here on my mission, not only to teach people how to make all that money, but to help people and to have fun with it, but to create a legacy that's perpetual by teaching them the more you give, the more you're given. The distance between the behaviors of today and the outcomes that you want or better require two things. Wisdom, which comes from the pain, setbacks, failures, and mistakes,
right,
and people helping you and you helping people. And then the second component, in order to reduce or shorten the distance of resistance between your behaviors and the outcomes that you want or better, faith. We're not aware of how our behaviors are creating outcomes until we're 25% of the way there. 99% of the people quit a behavior, a good behavior, because they don't see the outcomes fast enough. Gratification of good behavior is called good progress.
Got it.
And good progress added on good progress finally equals good outcome. 25%, let's say it takes you 10 years to get to 25%. I'm finally aware. I had faith and wisdom. Wow, I'm getting somewhere. It only takes 5 more years to get to 50% of the way there.
Yeah.
The sad thing is 99% of the 1% quit before the 5 years. Then it's only 2.5 years till we're 100%, a year and a quarter before we're 200%. This is why people, right, always say you're an overnight success. And whether it's Messi, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's Branson, they'll tell you, yeah, I'm a 17.5 year overnight success.
That's right.
I've never met anyone that knew what they want, who they can help and who can help them, and how to get it done, and then put what they do, say, think, feel, and believe behind it, that it doesn't equal the consequences, the outcomes, the karma, and the luck that they wanted in their life. If you want the coincidences in your life, then pay attention to what you want, know what you want, who you can help you, and how to get it done. Do, say, think, feel, and believe towards what you want. Your life will coincide, and the consequences and the coincidences will occur. The karma and luck is yours. But I looked at everybody else that was doing it, and I said, how am I going to get there? And I said, I know I'm not that experienced. I don't have any relationships. I haven't paid any dummy tax yet. I'm $100,000 in debt from law school. How am I going to get there? I said, time. I said, I am going to be productive twice as much time. Well, that's easy. I'm going to do 16 hours of productivity.
That's right.
Right? I'm going to be a student of this. I'm going to be more efficient. So I'm going to be efficient with my time, which will make my 16 hours of productivity 32 hours of productivity a day. Then I said, I'm going to be a professional. I'm a sports guy, and I know one thing about sports because I played college football.
Okay.
And I played college football by being statistically successful, by being a professional, by getting better at what I do. Even though my talent, right, your skills and your knowledge are your basement, it's your desire that hits your ceiling. But in sports, your ceiling is determined by genetics and energetics.
That's right.
Your speed, your height, your talent. So I almost reached my potential by understanding statistical success. So if everyone else was selling 1 out of 10 people, I was going to learn how to sell 2. What happened was that 32 hours of productivity became 64 hours of productivity. This is where it all started. And then I'm a consistent, persistent person pursuing my potential of making enough money to buy my mom a house and a car. So I'm going to do it every day without quit and literally pursue my potential. So I did it 7 days a week. And so when I made $1 million 9 months out of law school, and I performed 3 times next to the guys who had way more experience than me.
That's right.
They gave me all these awards and they're like, oh my God, you were incredible. And I looked at the vice president, at 24 years old, and I said, I know, but I didn't hit my number. And he said, what do you mean? I said, you said in 1 year, my number of productivity was 250,000. I said, I had 11 years of productivity to hit a million. If you do the math, I'm not on your schedule. I beat them with time.
That's right.
So I started on that journey of understanding how to utilize time of today in a trajectory of where I wanted to be or better, not where other people want, not what's missing, not what I don't have in faith.
Yeah.
By learning from the past and aligning it with it. One of the other great mindset things I have with time, this one blows people away because they never think of it. How do I stay present and get the most out of my day? You know what I say to myself? I am guaranteed 24 hours a day, every day of my life.
Come FOMO.
Except for my last. But I live my day. I'm guaranteed this 24, so I'm going to be productive, accessible, accessing what I want, and accessible to others to give it, and grateful. I'm looking every day. And then I schedule non-negotiable sleep, non-negotiable family, finance, fitness, faith, and time, which leaves me, that's 10 hours, 14 hours to do whatever I want. So my job is to prioritize the abundance that I'm given, activity I got paid for, not paid for, sleep, not sleep, and then planned and unplanned. One last piece of advice, because I know I'm rambling. If you're not studying, and I'm saying pay attention and give an intention to the empty space of what you don't have planned equal to studying what you do have planned, you're making a big mistake, because that empty space in your calendar is like a VIP parking place to whatever event you're attending. Imagine how much time you save, how much productive you are. Well, that's what that is every day for you. It's a VIP parking place to whatever events occur, because one thing about making a good plan according to time, if you want to make God laugh at you, come up with a well-developed plan. If you want to prepare for God's lessons, then have a parking place for God's lessons, which is the empty space in your calendar, studying it so you know where it's at. So when the in-laws come in town, the flat tire comes, or you have a 6-day snowstorm in Nashville, you know that you have a front row parking space to prioritize and reprioritize your time. And what I want to do, I'm a very pragmatic person. I always say the blessing I have is I was an ignorant, arrogant businessman first who learned spirituality in faith. Because if I had faith first, I want to learn the framework to help the people that are lost. You have to meet people where they're at, and I get to meet people where they're at because I've been there. And so I use my practical experience in life to create a framework, right, with different principles and key elements to walk you through. If you don't have faith, if you don't have wisdom, I combine both faith and wisdom pragmatically to say, if you really want to get what you want in a trajectory, in a divine direction towards where you think you want to be or better, then follow the instructions, because the fastest and easiest way to get to where you want to be is find someone that's already there, ask them for directions. The second way is to find someone, and that's what the book does, find someone that wants to be where you're at and help them get to where they want to be. Those are the two fastest ways. So I put that together in the book, a simple, easy, evergreen book, and I actually give it to everyone. I give it to everyone so that they can stop being a tube, right? Most people live in nothingness, food in, food out. The myth of Sisyphus, rolling a boulder to the top of the hill just to have it roll down.
That's right.
I'm going to make your nothingness into a possibility, your possibility into a probability, your probability into your participation in a into perspective of wisdom and faith. And then instead of searching for your why, I promise you read that book, I promise you, instead of searching for your why, you're going to apply your why like you and I do, Nick. Every day we're applying our why, not only living in spirit, inspired by wisdom and faith, but sharing it with others and inspiring them as well. That's why I'm one of the only people on earth, right? I sell hundreds of thousands of copies. I sell hundreds of thousands of copies, but no one is ever sold by me, because you know what I do? I give it away.